In this video, the woman Krystal and her adult daughter, young adult daughter, they really wanted to get away from Krystal's husband, which is her daughter Molly's dad. And he had become extremely abusive toward them, not physically, but not physically, but very verbally. And they work for him in his, as he sees it, his construction business. Okay, now, Krystal has worked there for many years, and she sees it as their business. And but he doesn't. He is the kind of guy that, you know, that's how he views things, and that she's just a little woman, even though she works there and she knows how to do the work, and has, and she really runs mainly like the whole business, but she knows how to, and she knows how to do the, like I said, do the work, and she's got her all that she needs, license and such also. And their daughter Molly, she has also, and but he has that old-fashioned view to, you know, that that's how it is. He's the man of the house, and so on and so forth. And they're tired of it. But they planned it, and when it would be best for Molly, that they would leave. They would leave him. But she also wanted to have Krystal and Molly wanted to have their own construction business. They were just simply going to leave that one, get it there. You know, they were going to go through the court and get their fair share. Well, Krystal's, and you know, go from there. But they weren't sure how they were going to do it because of how abusive he is. They didn't want to be anywhere near there, you know, when all this was going down. Okay, so they knew about this town, and they had heard through the grapevine that, not this town, this county, a small county, kind of secluded, is small as in population, but large land, you know, acreages. And they had heard that they were looking for construction companies. Well, they knew, you know, Krystal, you know, had pretty much guessed that it would be a bit too soon with her starting out and all, and you know, not everything would be settled yet about her husband and their home and their everything, their divorce, you know, that she had planned, and she really didn't want her husband screwing up, you know, anything for her. So what they did is they went there with their, you know, their license and everything that they needed, and they went to the county, and they basically, you know, they had heard this through the grapevine that they were going to be expanding a lot there, and they were going to need many, you know, construction crews and people to work for them, and it was a great place, and you know, like I said, they were kind of secluded, and not many people knew much about them. But they also had places set there that they would let some people stay in these, you know, different types of buildings, you know, like apartments, and it was going to be on the outskirts of all the county. They wanted all these new houses and townhomes, not houses, but apartments, townhomes, condos, these and other things built. And they had places where people could stay in the meanwhile, you know, until whether they wanted to, you know, whether they lit, you know, they were calling people from the outside, also, you know, people inside, they lived in their own places, but they had various places. So Krystal and Molly, they signed up for it right away, and they both got hired to work for a. You know, to do different things, okay, but for the same crew at that moment. Now, as it went, Krystal and Molly, they met with, they told them that they were, you know, who they were, but they met with a woman named Krista eventually, and Krista, she ran it. She ran the whole program. Now, she didn't know the job. She couldn't do the work. She didn't have any license and any of that stuff. But she knew, you know, she knew everything that was going on about it, different crews, different, you they had one that's like north, south, east, west kind of thing going on, and for this huge construction project. So eventually they found out about Krista, and they spoke to Krista about it, and Molly flat out, not Molly, but Krystal, she told Molly flat out. Krystal told Krista, boy, these names, everything. She told about her husband and what she was going through. She was very upfront and honest, and she felt like it would be better to be upfront and honest, and that she was wanting to get some of her old crew from the business she had shared with her husband, and to have them come there, and she had been in touch with them, the ones that were tired of him too, and that she wanted to have her own crew. Well, yeah, Krista was like, they're very nice people, Krista and her family, and her dad runs a thing called the enforcement. It's not police or deputies, nothing like that, but he trains people for anything. Think of law enforcement. He trains them. His company does. They actually send people off, also like lawyers and such, to university. They sponsor them and everything. And so she had worked with him, and for so many years, she was thinking, yeah, I want this woman. She has all these credentials, and she's in this situation. So they talked to the elders that run that PQR, I believe, elders, and they do talk to them, and they say she's very open and honest, Krystal. She's with her daughter, and this is an adult daughter, and this is what they need, and they say yes, and they agree. It's fine by them. That's how these people are. They're very open to things, and so they gave her, her a section to work, and they were trying to get, they started off, they wanted just four for each, north, south, east, west kind of thing. But they're expanding, 4 crews, but they can expand and have more so they can get the project that they have. It's a huge one done. Plus, there's a county south of there, and it's a very small county, and they want to, they did work to deal with them, and they're going to wind up helping them out too. So they're going to have several crews. And like I said, I'm giving you a little bit of a background here, but of course, she told him also, because that husband of hers that's not yet an ex has an attitude, and they said they know how to deal with that, and they do know how to deal with it. So legally, of course, but they know how to deal with it. And so it was great. It turned out good for her and her daughter, so that they're going to be starting their new life. But anyway, this is just a little bit of the background of it. I'll have more about her in other videos. I'll touch on this. Bye.